Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about something simple yet powerful. Dream big. Each one of us is born with the potential to achieve greatness. But the first step to any achievement begins with a dream, a vision, a spark, a desire to do more, be more, and give more. Without a dream, life can become a routine. With a dream, it becomes a journey full of purpose. Dreaming big is more than just a hopeful thought. It is the compass that gives your life direction. When you dare to envision something beyond your current circumstances, you establish a goalpost that keeps you moving forward. A big dream acts like a map, but with a powerful dream in your heart, every day becomes meaningful because you're working towards something greater. A big dream also clarifies your priorities. When you are truly passionate about a dream, you begin to eliminate distractions and invest in things that bring you closer to your vision. Your choices in friendships, education, career, and even how you spend your free time start to align with your ultimate goal. Instead of wasting energy on things that do not serve your purpose, you focus on what nurtures your dream. This sense of clarity can be incredibly empowering, as it gives you control over your destiny and a reason to persist through challenges. Furthermore, having a big dream fuels internal motivation. Unlike short-term goals that offer temporary satisfaction, big dreams ignite a long-term fire within you. They become the reason you wake up early, stay up late, and work harder than ever before. This motivation doesn't come from pressure or fear, but from deep personal desire. The more you chase your dream, the more driven you feel, because every step brings you closer to a life that truly excites you. So your dream becomes your identity, your motivation, and your reason to never give up. In addition, dreaming big fills life with a sense of purpose. People often search for meaning in their lives, wondering why they are here or what they are meant to do. A dream offers an answer. It provides a mission that transcends routine. You begin to see every obstacle as a test, every setback as a lesson, and every success as a stepping stone. Life becomes less about surviving and more about thriving. When you have a big dream, you're no longer just living for the moment. You're building a future that reflects your truest self. Big dreams are not reserved for the flawless or the gifted. They are for the bold. Many people hesitate to dream big because they believe they are not good enough or that they lack the perfect qualifications, resources, or timing. But in reality, chasing a big dream has less to do with being perfect and more to do with being brave. It takes courage to admit what you truly want, especially when it feels far beyond your current reality. This bravery allows you to move past limitations, whether they are placed by society, your environment, or even your own mind. Perfectionism is one of the greatest enemies of big dreams. When you constantly wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect version of yourself, you end up delaying action. Fear of failure becomes paralyzing, and potential remains unrealized. But courage steps in when perfection steps aside. Courage allows you to begin while you're still learning, to act while you're still uncertain, and to try even when you know you might not succeed the first time. The act of moving forward imperfectly but boldly is where transformation begins. Those who achieve great things rarely start with everything figured out. They stumble, struggle, and make mistakes. But what sets them apart is their willingness to keep going. Courage doesn't eliminate fear, it simply pushes through it. When you dare to dream big, you will feel fear. It's natural. But courage turns fear into fuel. It allows you to view challenges not as threats, but as opportunities for growth. The pursuit of a dream becomes a journey of resilience, where you discover inner strength that you never knew you had. It's also important to understand that big dreams often attract criticism and doubt, especially in the beginning. People may question your ideas, your abilities, or your chances of success. In these moments, courage is your armor. It helps you stand firm in your belief, even when no one else sees your vision. You learn to trust your gut, take risks, and redefine what success means to you. The dreamers who change the world are not the ones who are flawless. They are the ones who refuse to give up, no matter how imperfect their path appeared to be. Fear and failure are often seen as negative forces, but when chasing a big dream, they are inevitable companions on the path to success. Many people assume that achieving something great means avoiding mistakes or never being afraid, but this is far from the truth. In fact, the journey toward a big dream is usually filled with moments of fear. Fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough. Rather than trying to eliminate fear entirely, it is more powerful to accept it as part of the process. Fear signals that you're doing something meaningful, something outside your comfort zone. Failure, too, plays a critical role in shaping your growth. Every failure carries a lesson, a hidden gift that teaches you something about yourself, your goals, or your approach. Those who succeed in life are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who learn how to rise each time they do. When you encounter failure, it forces you to reflect, adjust, and evolve. It may be painful in a moment, but looking back, many people realize that their biggest setbacks were actually the turning points that led to breakthroughs. Failure refines your path and builds resilience, making you stronger and more prepared for the road ahead. What's important is how you respond to fear and failure when they show up. Do you allow them to stop you, or do you use them as fuel to push forward? Dreamers who reach their goals are not fearless, they are simply persistent. They move through fear, stumble through failure, and keep going despite it all. This mindset is what separates temporary effort from long-term achievement. Each time you choose to continue, even when it's uncomfortable or uncertain, you build character and momentum that propels you closer to your dream. Also, facing fear and failure makes your journey more authentic and inspiring. People are drawn to stories of struggle and triumph, not overnight success. When you share your setbacks and how you overcame them, you become a source of motivation for others. Your vulnerability becomes strength, and your persistence becomes a message that failure is not the end, but part of the climb. The path to a big dream is rarely smooth, but it's the rough terrain that shapes you into the kind of person capable of handling the success you're chasing. Believing in your dream is one of the most vital aspects of achieving it, especially in a world where skepticism often outweighs support. When you dream big, your vision might seem unrealistic or even absurd to others. People may question your capabilities, doubt your intentions, or criticize your ideas. This external disbelief can be discouraging, particularly when it comes from those closest to you: family, friends, teachers, or colleagues, but the strength of your belief must surpass their doubts. It's in those moments of rejection and ridicule that self-belief becomes your most powerful ally. Keeping your dream alive when the outside world turns cold. True belief in your dream means holding on to your vision with unwavering commitment, even when the path is unclear and the progress seems slow. The early stages of pursuing a dream often bring little to no validation. There may be no applause, no encouragement, and no visible results. Yet this is when your belief is tested the most, when no one is watching and you have to keep working quietly. Your inner confidence must act as your fuel, reminding you why you started and what you're striving to become. When the world offers silence or negativity, your own voice must speak the loudest in support of your goal. There's a unique kind of power in being your own biggest supporter. When you believe in your dream, you build a foundation of resilience that doesn't crumble under pressure. You learn to rely on your own instincts and stay focused despite distractions or detours. That self-assurance creates momentum, helping you take risks others shy from. It's not arrogance, it's trust. You trust your journey even if it looks different from others. And sometimes it is precisely that unshakable belief that causes others to eventually pay attention and reconsider what they once doubted. Moreover, your belief can eventually influence others, turning skeptics into supporters. As you persist in chasing your dream, people begin to see your passion, your dedication, and your progress. Over time, belief is contagious. What starts as your personal vision can inspire a team, a community, or even a movement. But it all starts with you. If you don't believe in your dream, no one else will. So protect it fiercely, nurture it daily, and never let the disbelief of others outweigh your faith in what you know deep down is possible. Having a dream is a powerful beginning, but without action, even the most brilliant dream remains a fantasy. People often get caught up in the excitement of imagining success, visualizing the future, or talking about what they want to achieve. While vision is important, it's only the first step. What truly sets dreamers apart is their willingness to put in consistent effort. It's in the day-to-day grind, the small, often unseen steps, where dreams begin to take shape. A big dream without action is like a seed never planted. It holds potential but never grows into anything real. Taking action doesn't always mean making grand moves. Sometimes it's about doing the hard, unglamorous work when no one is watching. It's the hours spent learning a skill, writing drafts that never get published, practicing when others are relaxing, and staying focused while facing rejection. These small steps, repeated with dedication, build the foundation for long-term success. The most successful people are not necessarily the most talented. They are the ones who took consistent action even when motivation faded. Action, not intention, is the bridge that carries you from dreaming to achieving. One of the reasons people delay action is the fear of not being ready. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect resources. But in truth, waiting often becomes a trap. Progress comes from movement, and clarity comes from doing. Even imperfect action moves you forward, teaching you what works and what doesn't. Every small decision, whether it leads to success or failure, adds to your experience and sharpens your direction. The dream begins to evolve, grow, and become clearer with every step you take. And only through action do you discover your real strength and potential. Moreover, action fuels belief. The more you do, the more confident you become in your ability to succeed. When you start seeing results, no matter how small, they reinforce your faith in your dream. Progress is the greatest motivator, and progress only comes through doing. You learn to trust yourself more with every milestone, and your dream begins to feel not just possible but inevitable. In the end, those who turn dreams into reality are not those who dreamed the most. They are those who acted the most, tried the hardest, and refused to stop moving forward. And the people and environments you surround yourself with have a powerful impact on your mindset and motivation. When you are pursuing a big dream, the journey can feel isolating at times, especially if those around you don't share the same vision or values. That's why it's essential to intentionally seek out inspiration in your surroundings. Being around individuals who encourage you, challenge you to grow, and believe in your potential can create a positive atmosphere that fuels your progress. Inspiration isn't always loud or dramatic. It can come from quiet support, shared ambition, or simply witnessing someone else work toward their goals with dedication. Inspirational people act as mirrors, showing you what's possible when you commit to your passion. Whether it's a mentor who offers guidance, a friend who listens and believes in you, or a role model whose journey you admire, these figures can uplift you during your toughest moments. Their stories of overcoming adversity, facing failure, and rising again remind you that success is achievable. Inspiration doesn't just lift your spirits. It gives you practical insight. You learn from how others approach obstacles, develop discipline, and remain focused, applying those lessons to your own journey in powerful ways. Equally important is the environment you create for yourself. The spaces you inhabit, both physically and digitally, should reflect the future you're working toward. Reading books that align with your vision, watching documentaries of real-life achievers, listening to motivational podcasts, or working in a space filled with reminders of your dream can keep you mentally and emotionally aligned with your purpose. Even small changes, like replacing distractions with tools that support your goals, can elevate your daily mindset. When you design your environment to support your dream, you eliminate resistance and make it easier to stay committed. Conversely, distancing yourself from negativity is just as crucial. Being around people who constantly criticize, doubt, or belittle your ambitions can drain your energy and dull your enthusiasm. While you may not always be able to avoid negativity completely, you can choose how much access it has to your mental space. Protect your energy like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. When you consistently expose yourself to uplifting, growth and quest influences, your belief in your dream strengthens. The right support system doesn't just cheer you on, it reminds you who you are and what you are capable of, even when you start to forget. Dreams are not just personal ambitions. They are the seeds of progress, innovation, and transformation in the world. Every great invention, social movement, or breakthrough in history began as a dream in someone's mind. When a person dares to dream beyond their limitations, they often end up creating something that benefits not only themselves, but countless others. Whether it's an artist painting a masterpiece, a scientist discovering a cure, or a teacher inspiring young minds, the impact of one person's dream can ripple across generations. Dreamers are often the architects of a better future because they imagine what doesn't yet exist and then work to make it real. A powerful dream has the ability to inspire others to act. When someone pursues their vision with passion and determination, their journey becomes a beacon of hope for those watching. It shows others that bold goals are worth striving for and that challenges can be overcome. Your dream, no matter how personal it may seem, has the potential to awaken courage in someone else. Sometimes it's not the result of the dream but the process of chasing it that makes the biggest impact. The world doesn't just need more success stories. It needs more examples of perseverance, grit, and belief in something greater. Moreover, dreams can bring about lasting change because they often challenge the status quo. When you dare to dream differently, you ask questions that others avoid, solve problems that others ignore, and imagine possibilities that others can't yet see. This is how revolutions begin. Not just political or technological revolutions, but revolutions of thought and spirit. A dream can shift perspectives, break down barriers, and open doors for communities that have long been overlooked. From civil rights leaders to environmental activists to visionary entrepreneurs, history is shaped by individuals whose dreams dare to disrupt and redefine what was thought to be permanent. Even the smallest dream can start a chain reaction. You don't need to be famous or wealthy to create change. Sometimes a quiet act of kindness or a simple solution to a local problem can spark something extraordinary. When you pursue your dream with authenticity and purpose, you create value that extends far beyond yourself. You inspire your children, your peers, your community, and maybe even people you've never met. The power of a dream lies in its ability to connect us to something bigger than ourselves, to remind us that we each have a role to play in making the world a more hopeful, more meaningful place. So as you move forward in life, hold tightly to your dreams, no matter how distant or impossible they may seem. Let them guide your choices, strengthen your spirit, and fuel your actions. Remember, every great achievement began as a dream in someone's heart. It's not about how fast you reach the finish line. It's about the courage to begin, the strength to continue, and the passion to believe. The world is waiting for your ideas, your creativity, your impact. So dream big, act boldly, and never stop believing in what you can become. Your dream has the power to shape your future and perhaps even change the world.